Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Tuesday, March 17th, 2015, around 6:58 in the morning. It's Happy St. Patrick's Day, and some news to report. The Boston Celtics beat the Philadelphia 76ers by a score of 108-89. The Celtics are fighting for a playoff spot. Also today, it's the first four of the NCAA men's basketball tournament games at Dayton, Ohio, and the game's going to be on True TV. 2 games tonight. It will be Hampton against Manhattan, and then BYU against Ole Miss. These games will decide the first 2 participants in the NCAA basketball tournament to go in the field of 64. And also, happy 56th birthday to Danny Ainge, president of basketball operations for the Boston Celtics. And that's about it on the news. My first video subject of the day, I'm back in the saddle again doing these video blogs, is my review of WrestleMania 3. WrestleMania 3 was held at the Pontiac Silverdome in suburban Detroit, Michigan on March 29th, 1987. The event was shown on pay-per-view and at closed-circuit locations across the country. They still did closed-circuit locations for WrestleManias up to WrestleMania 5 because there was a lot of people that still did not have pay-per-view capabilities in the 80s. And the main event for WrestleMania 3 was Hulk Hogan against Andre the Giant for the WWE World title. But 12 matches happened. And the attendance at the Pontiac Silverdome was 93,178 people. But that's been disputed because there's rumors that the Pontiac Silverdome's capacity was only 80,286. But, you know, it's more realistically, I've heard rumors it was about 78,000, but WWE and Pontiac Silverdome said it was 93,138, so you have to go with them. And this was a solid pay-per-view card. The announcers for WrestleMania 3 were Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse the Body Ventura. The celebrities were Aretha Franklin, she's Santa America the Beautiful, Bob Uecker, Mr. Baseball as the ring announcer, and a special guest announcer, Mary Hart. The longtime co-hostess of Entertainment Tonight was the guest timekeeper, and Alice Cooper Sr. was a Detroit native, and he was in Jake the Snake Roberts' corner for his match with the Honky Tonk Man. And here is the WrestleMania 3 pay-per-view card. First match, the opening match, was the Can-Man Connection. Tom Zink and Rick Martel against the magnificent Don Muraco and Bob Orton, with Mr. Fuji in the corner. This was a decent match to kick off the opener. 5 minutes. Zink schoolboyed Orton for the 1-2-3. It was a decent match. Nothing special about that. Second match was the Full Nelson Challenge between Billy Jack Haynes against Hercules with Bobby the Brain Heenan in his corner. They were hyping up this match, and they were building up this angle on superstars to see who had the best Full Nelson in WWE, because Billy Jack Haynes and Hercules' finishing maneuver was a Full Nelson. This was a back-and-forth match. The ending of it was a double count-out on the arena floor, and because Billy Jack Haynes had Hercules and a Full Nelson outside the floor, you can't win a match outside the floor, so they were double counted out. And then they had Bobby the Brain Heenan and Hercules attacked Billy Jack Haynes, and then they put him in the Full Nelson inside the ring. And this feud continued on house shows throughout North America. They had Billy Jack and Hercules had a chain match at like several venues across the United States and Canada. The next match was the mixed 6-man tag between Hillbilly Jim and the Haiti Kid and Little Beaver, who were 2 midget wrestlers, against King Kong Bundy and two midget wrestlers, Mr. Tokyo and Lord Littlebrook. And the stipulations for this match, it was only wrestler against wrestler, midgets versus midgets. And this match was just a comedy match and stuff. It wasn't nothing too special. The match ended when King Kong Bundy dropped the elbow on Little Beaver. He was not supposed to be wrestling the midgets. It was an automatic disqualification. And this match was, comedy match feeler. And it shows you how far King Kong Bundy has fallen in the WWE. In WrestleMania 2, he was in the main event against Hulk Hogan, and in WrestleMania 3, he was wrestling. He was in a 6-man tag with midgets. That's going down. The next match on WrestleMania 3 was the loser must bow match between the Junkyard Dog and King Harley Race. King Harley Race and the Junkyard Dog were feuding in the WWE around this time, but both wrestlers were way past their prime. The Junkyard Dog was also known as the Junk Food Dog because he's over 300 pounds, and King Harley Race was 7-time NWA World Champion, and the WWE gave him the King gimmick, probably because of him being king of the ring. And King Harley Race had Bobby the Brain Heenan in his corner, and the Fabulous Moolah, who was the WWE Women's Champion, and she was nicknamed the Queen of the Ring. And this was only about maybe a 3-4 minute match. It was nothing special. Harley Race beat the Junkyard Dog, beating him up with the belly-to-belly suplex, and then the Junkyard Dog was supposed to bow to the King Harley Race, but he grabs a chair, hits Harley Race, and takes his cape and crown. Yeah, this was not the best of matches. The next match was a tag team match between the Fabulous Rougeau brothers, Jacques and Raymond Rougeau, against the Dream Team, Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Greg the Hammer Valentine, with Luscious Johnny V and Dino Bravo in their corner. The Dream Team was teasing a breakup several weeks prior on television, and it was a back and forth match, more argument by the Dream Team and stuff. And the end of the match had Dino Bravo interfere, attack Jacques without the referee looking at his back, arguing with Beefcake, and Hammer beats Jacques for 1, 2, 3, and then Bravo and Valentine and Luscious Johnny V leave Brutus Beefcake in the ring by himself. Beefcake makes his face turn. This was a solid tag team match, in my opinion. And the next match was the haircut match. It was Rowdy Piper against adorable Adrian Adonis, with Jimmy the Mouth of the South Hut in Adrian's corner. This was going to be Rowdy Piper's last match. He was retiring from the WWE. He was not really retiring. He was going off to Hollywood to film Hell Comes to Frogtown and They Live. And the loser of this match was going to get a haircut. And both wrestlers' favorite moves was the sleeper hold. And then this was a very exciting match. Adrian Adonis put Piper in a sleeper hole, and the referee was distracted by Jimmy the Mouth of South Hut and came Brutus Barber Beefcake. He wakes up Rowdy Piper. Piper puts Adonis in the sleeper hole. Adonis submits, and Piper goes out a winner as his last match. And after the match, Brutus the Barber Beefcake delivers a haircut to adorable Adrian Adonis, and Adonis is bald. This was supposed to set up a feud between Beefcake and Adonis, but Adonis bolted to WWE soon after, and Piper goes off into the sunset. The next match was a 6-man tag team match between the Hart Foundation and Dangerous Danny Davis, who was a referee who was suspended for life. And the Hart Foundation were the reigning WWE Tag Team Champions, and they had in the corner the Mouth of South Jimmy Hart. They faced off against the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith, the Dynamite Kid, and Tito Santana. The storyline for this, that Danny Davis was a crooked referee. He cost the Bulldogs the WWE Tag Team Championships, and he cost Tito Santana the WWE IC Championship. A 6-man tag was a back-and-forth match. The ending of this match had Dangerous Danny Davis use Jimmy Hart's megaphone and knocks out Davey Boy Smith and gets the 1, 2, 3 on him. This match was a very great match and stuff like that. But I wish they had, at WrestleMania 3, a tag team title match between the Bulldogs and the Hart Foundation and Tito Santana against Dangerous Danny Davis in separate matches, because that would have been much more logical. The next match was the Natural Butch Reed with Slick in his corner against Coco Beware. And the Natural Butch Reed was an African-American wrestler who came into WWE. He dyed his hair blonde, and that was supposed to be a very big push, which was going to lead him to the Intercontinental title, but that never happened. And this match, the Butch Reed against Coco Beware, was only a 3-minute match. Butch Reed beats Coco Beware. After the match, Tito Santana comes down and attacks Slick and rips his clothes off. This was supposed to lead to a Tito Santana against the Natural Butch Reed feud, but that feud never took place. The next match was for the Intercontinental title. It was Randy the Macho Man Savage, the reigning Intercontinental champions, with Miss Elizabeth in his corner, against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with George the Animal Steel in his corner. And this was the hype up for this match. It was a long-running feud that started on an edition of WWE Superstars when Randy Macho Man Savage crushed Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's larynx on his throat, and it was just the storyline with Steamboat with vignettes, him regaining his speech, was classic and stuff. And this match stole the show at WrestleMania 3. It was probably one of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history up to this point. Probably the second greatest match in WrestleMania history. Back and forth match. False finishes everywhere. Savage was going to go up to the top and deliver the double accent, the bell to try to hit Steamboat's throat, but Georgiano still throws him off, and the Dragons small packages Savage for the 1, 2, 3, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's the new WWE Intercontinental Champion. The crowd goes wild. The next match was Jake the Snake Roberts with Alice Cooper in his corner against the Honky Tonk Man with Jimmy the Mouth of the South Hart. This match started at like the Snake Pit, where when like the Honky Tonk Man blasted Jake the Snake with his guitar. This turned the Snake face, and they had this great match at WrestleMania 3, back and forth. The ending of this match had when Jake the Snake was going to deliver a DDT to the Honky Tonk Man. Jimmy Hart rolls up on the Snake's legs, and the Honky Tonk Man pins him 1, 2, 3, and the Honky Tonk Man wins. But after the match, Honky Tonk Man tries to attack Jake with the guitar, but he hits the ring post, and Jake and Honky Tonk Man flees out, and then Alice Cooper and Jake the Snake Roberts is with Jimmy Hart. They hold Jimmy Hart, and they bring out Damien, and it scares Jimmy Hart to bits. Very funny. The next match was a tag team match between the Killer Bees, Brian Blair, and Jumping Jim Brunzell against Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik with Slick in their corner. But sitting at ringside buying a ticket was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Ho! This match was just filler. Duggan interfered in this match, causing the Killer Bees to lose because he was starting a feud with the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. This match wasn't too much to write home about. It was just to blow off. It was just to kill off time. Then the main event for WrestleMania 3 was Andre the Giant with Bobby the Brain Heenan in his corner against the WWE Champion Hulk Hogan. The guest ring announcer was Bob Uecker. The guest timekeeper was Mary Hart. And the referee was Joey Marella, who in real life was Gorilla Monsoon's son. And this was a very great match. It was the passing of the torch to Andre to Hogan as the biggest star in professional wrestling. And Andre turned heel on Hogan about a month and a half prior because he did not give him a title shot when he was all 3 years as champion. It was on an edition of Piper's Pit. It was classic. And this match was awesome. Legend had it that Andre the Giant did not feel anything below his legs because he was very immobile of this match and he was rapidly dying and stuff, and he had to wear a back brace. He almost won the title quickly when Hogan was going for a slam, but Andre fell on him 1-2. That was so close, that thing. But this match was so awesome and stuff. Hogan slammed Andre and gave the leg drop for the 1, 2, 3, and Andre lost his first match ever in the WWE. He was undefeated in the WWE, but he lost matches before. WWE hyped it that he never lost a match into this one, but that was BS. They would do that because WWE did not acknowledge wrestlers past when they came to the WWE. And that was it for the pay-per-view card. What I thought about this pay-per-view card, it was the best WrestleMania of all time up to that point. I give it a 9 out of 10. A lot of matches here were good on here, like they meant something. You could have eliminated some fluff and stuff. That midget match should have been eliminated, in my opinion. And he should have had like the British Bulldogs against the Hart Foundation for the WWE titles, and Tito Santana against Dangerous Danny Davis as another match instead of the 6-man tag, which was pretty good. But you know, the WWE tag team title should have been defended at this WrestleMania. I think probably the Hart Foundation would have beat the Bulldogs because Dynamite Kid was still suffering from a serious back injury and stuff. I think probably to establish the Hart Foundation as champions, and probably Danny Davis would have beat Tito Santana by cheating and stuff with the megaphone and stuff. But anyway, this WrestleMania 3 was the best ever. It sets pay-per-view records for the most buy rates. They said over 10 million people watched WrestleMania 3 on pay-per-view, but that's a disputed number because there was still a lot of places that could not get pay-per-view capability in 1987. They were still showing WrestleManias on closer locations across the country, so that 10 million people watching it's very disputed. And that's about it on that. Be back later for 2 more video blogs. There'll be a double personality profile today to make up for a couple of days lost on these video blogs. First one will be about Baseball Hall of Famer Gary Carter. Second one will be about Maurice Rocket Rashad, because it's Montreal Expos Personality Profiles Week and Montreal Canadiens Personality Profiles this week. Tomorrow, I'll be looking at WrestleMania 4 for my review. And see you later, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Bye now.